really hope this works. And that I know what I'm doing. Or at least I can pretend like I know what I'm doing. Let's see. Let me put this here. Am I on? Okay. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm just going to move this. Oh, it's on like the weirdest amount of... Okay. Well, now I've really done it. Now I've done it for myself. Oh! What a gem. Wait for it. This is not how most people start their streams. They're normally very ready. Thing is, I did everything. I just changed this at the last minute. That's what I get. When I'm looking up at my monitor, people. Can you hear me, by the way? Okay. I think we can. I think we're good. Okay. I'm not quiet or anything. Clear as a whistle. Good to freaking know. Okay. Okay, I think we're good to go here. Yeah, my monitor is up here. And so I'm looking at myself and the comments when I am looking upwards. And my webcam is right here. Anyway, hello everybody. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday. I'm having a good time. I hope everybody else is. I have this nice setup, which I wish you could see the reverse of this. I have this really cool setup that is, well, right now I'm using a 1080p webcam, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't see a real difference between the webcam that just comes with my computer naturally, so it's fine. This is my little office space here, not the hit movie Office Space, but a room. Yeah. I don't really know. I don't know. I think most people. I Instagrammed about this, so I'll wait 2 more minutes before I really start, doing stuff. But I've got my coffee in my Disneyland mug. And I've got my water because I am extremely dehydrated all the time. It tastes gross. And I have myself a little chicken salad open-faced sandwich, which I will then proceed to fold in half and eat it like a hot dog. And for later, because I get full within 5 seconds of eating, but I need to keep eating food, I have this little chicken dumplings thing that I got from a grocery store. So it's just a fun time here. Let's see. There's a bunch of people here. Hello, everybody. Ooh, we already have a message retracted. You can do that? That's interesting. Guys, I can put users in timeouts. I'm not afraid to use it if I have to. It's hilarious. Oh, you can use people as moderators too? That's really cool. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm just excited to kind of let you know how my life has been going, because I haven't really done anything like that recently. I guess it's the trend of 2023 to retract messages on phones and now on YouTube as well. I don't know who did it first, but congratulations. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I don't know. Gabe is out of town right now, unfortunately. Sad face. So there isn't going to be a physical Gabriel walking through at any time. That sounds like I'm lying and it's going to be a secret. No, he's really not here. He's in Nashville right now. Him and his brother are working on some really awesome stuff. And I've been working on some really awesome stuff. And yeah, I just thought ew. Not about that. I just thought that I should get on here and kind of like, you know, pretend that I still have a YouTube channel that I use. So yeah, I just wanna like answer some questions and we can just get into it now. Did I wait my 2 minutes? Yes, I did. It's 1:06 now. Just turned 1:06. Great. So yeah, I was thinking like an hour. I'll be on here for like an hour. Because it's just a lazy Saturday, you know? And I might as well. So might as well answer some questions and try and let you guys know what I've been up to and answer stuff that you might want to know. Even if it's relatively boring. So yeah, I'm ready to rock. Okay, here we go. First I'll start by thanking everybody for being on here and joining me on this lazy Saturday. Please let me know in the comments what you're eating for lunch, or if you already ate lunch, you know the drill. What you ate, what you're currently eating, maybe what you're gonna eat next. But yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions here on the sidebar of the monitor, and then we'll maybe, if we need some more inspiration, we'll go to my Instagram and my Twitter. That's the application I was thinking of. All right, here we go. Oh, Drummer Shy said, go buy yourself a soda, Claire. What's a soda? It's pop, sir. Nice to see you again, by the way. Well, I'm not seeing you, but I'm reading you. It's nice to read you. Let's see. Okay, wait, everyone's giving me their food. This is making me hungry. It's good. Oh, someone said, how is married life going? I hope your 2023 is going good for you guys. Sarah Sassane, is that how you pronounce your last name? If not, it should be. I am doing well. Our married life is going superb. I've never been married before. I don't want to be married again. But I would say it's a 10 out of 10 or a 50 out of 10. But for me, a 10 out of 10 is basically perfect. I can never make decisions 100% and be like, there's like very few decisions where I'm like, it's a 10 out of 10. So when I say 10 out of 10, I just want you to all know that it means probably everybody else is 50 out of 10. So I don't like saying 10 out of 10 unless I'm like super sure. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Anyway, speaking of married life, though, I have my nice little ring on here, but my engagement ring, I was just texting one day, and it just popped off, and I was like, my diamond just literally popped off, and I was like, I can't believe I caught this happening in real life right now. That's crazy, and I was shocked that I was able to catch it and then take it in and get them to fix it. So anyway, it's getting fixed right now. It's actually ready to get picked up, but I have not gone yet. Anyway, everyone's saying lasagna. Ooh, pasta for dinner. 2 hot dogs. Are we talking no bun, no condiments, or just straight up sausages? Breakfast casserole. Dang, you fancy, Yvonne. Cool. This is really neat. Uh-oh, some people's internet is being weird. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, in other words, the wedding, yeah, went really well. Almost better than expected. What I mean by that is like, I don't know. Like, I guess I just like, you never know what it's going to be like. You can plan something as much as you want, but you never know. But it was great. It honestly was really great. And the honeymoon was also great. I'm biting into my chicken salad sandwich now because I want to. And it's my stream and I can do whatever the heck I want, right? Isn't that the rules? Anyway, Yeah. Yeah. My ring has proven to be absolutely gorgeous, might I say. It's a black diamond, and I really wanted a black gem, like in general, because it just kind of goes with everything. I guess white goes with everything too, but like it goes with everything and it stands out at the same time. So, um, Gabe got like the best ring in the entire world. It was awesome, and it's very very pretty, and that's why I can't wait to have it back. Um, and it's also a Disney ring, so it's Disney. What is it? The Evil Queen ring, because I'm an evil queen. This is nice. This is nice and intimate, guys. um, I may have. I almost choked. I may have a couple chicken patties on buns with ketchup in a bit. That sounds great. Um, oh, Violet had a waffle for breakfast. That's nice. Just shove that in. Have a good time. Da, 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 da. Someone said, Claire, when I heard you were in Dallas, Texas for HarmonyCon 2022, it made me so jealous because my cousins actually live there, and it still bothers me to this day. So you could have visited them, but we went to that convention pretty last minute. So, oh, let's see. Someone says, oh, had pancakes for breakfast. That's always nice. It is a Saturday, so I feel like Saturday is like a special breakfast day, isn't it? How did you get the role as Michelle in 3-2-1 Penguins? Samuel Warwick says. Well, Samuel Warwick, the short answer is I don't remember because I think I was 5. My longer answer is no, I don't have any information surrounding that. I thought I did, but I was thinking about Dinosaur Train. So honestly, I don't know. It probably happened like everything else where they, give you some weird kind of email. One moment. Something was chewy and gross. But I really don't have any other details other than the fact that it was when I was super, super young. And I think the guy who ended up getting, is his name John? Or is that my imagination? Michelle and, who's the kid? Uh-oh. My memory is starting to fade. His real name was Quinn. And I remember, I'm pretty sure I met him in the, like, lobby or wherever that I think it was an in-person audition because they wanted to see if the kids could hold their own. Jason! Thank you! Says my husband. Thanks, Gabe. Everybody say hi to Gabe. He's in the chat. I can't believe I forgot that, John. Close enough. Jonathan. But Jason, the kid, I met him, and I think my mom and his mom, maybe like recognized each other from something before, and then we, said hi, and then I remember reading his name, and I was like, I'm pretty sure the kid I met was named Quinn, so that kid I met was the other one who got it. That's all the information I have around that show, other than the fact that I remember the first, I don't know if it was like the first season, or because I don't even know how many seasons there are in the show, but that was actually a really fun project, and it was one of the first like big things I had got, and so I remember I was super excited, and I was meeting all the cast, and I remember really really loving Michael Dobson. And dang it. Now I'm trying to, okay. Anyway, I really, really loved Mr. Dobson. And I was like, I look up to this guy. He's going to be my friend. And I was just sure of it. And I don't remember what character he played. One of the penguins. But I remember, what else do I remember about that show? My memory is so bad, you guys. It's really bad. It's not even funny. I need to like eat some vitamins or something to help with that. But it was really weird because I had never met him before, but at the time, my dad had like worked with him, and so I knew of him. And I think I might have sat next to him too, and I was like really nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, I better do well for Dobson Man. And the first couple of episodes I think we did with everybody in the room to like get the chemistry, and then everything else after that was solo. So I remember Quinn would go before me. When I would show up, I would wait until he was done, and then I'd go in, and then we would just do all my lines in a row, and it was pretty fun. I think the main thing is they wanted to find, I didn't finish my sentence earlier, they wanted to find kids who could hold their own and were easily like directable. So if they read you a line, because we were really young, if they read you a line, then, it would be easy for us to move along. Because when you work with kids, it can be very difficult. But not me, because I have no flaws. Anyway, that was a long-winded answer, but I recently actually watched a video back, and I was like, this is cute. But yeah, the residual, middle, vigil, and Kevin. And I just remember trying so hard to not crack up in those first recordings because everybody I thought was so freaking funny, and I like had never experienced that before, and so I was like, oh, I just didn't want to laugh and like ruin a take. Anyway, let's go answer some more questions. So, I'm sorry. I told you this would be a lunch stream. So, if anyone's grossed out by the fact that I'm eating and talking, that's on you. But yeah. Let's see. When I discovered that you voiced Stacy in 4 Barbie movies, my mind was blown away. That's so cool. Dude, it is cool. I mean, I remember literally showing up for that and then being like, holy crap, this is not just like another job. I'm now officially like a Barbie doll, which was really cool. And like, I liked Barbies when I was a kid, but I did go through a phase where I was like, no more Barbies, which was so ironic because the whole point of that was like to be like, I'm moving into my tomboy stage of my life, but I still played with Polly Pockets like every day. Anyway, it was a whole thing. But let's see. I saw something else right underneath it. They keep like flowing away. Oh, question from Delk One. Are you still doing voice acting? I am, but it is significantly less. So I still submit myself for auditions, but I'm trying to focus on some other things. And I know people are just going to be crushed, but I feel like, not that I'm never going to return to voice acting, okay? So just hold your undies for a moment. I don't really find voice acting a whole lot fulfilling. And it's just because I like to change things up a lot. There's nothing against voice acting. It's just, I feel like I want to do more, provide more. And I'm really grateful for the experiences that I've had. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like it's time to like, not move on entirely, but move forward, if that makes sense. So, like, one day I'd really like to come back to voice acting. Um, but I do want to move towards more film and TV stuff. And I also have been doing a lot of screenwriting recently. So like writing scripts and stuff and screenplays. And I'm really excited about that part of moving forward because I need discipline in my life. It's really hard for me to like work with myself, if that makes sense. My brain is not my best friend. Sometimes it works against me. So I really just need discipline because I know that I have some natural writing chops, and it's really just about like sitting down and actually doing it and taking it seriously. Even if I'm writing something stupid, and fun, I want to take it seriously. I could elaborate more on that, but I think that makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. Anyway, yeah, let's see. What do you think of MLP G5 so far? Have you seen it? Ow! I almost ripped off my freaking mole. Ow. Yes, I have seen a little bit of it. And I don't know. I don't really have an opinion, I guess. I am not religiously watching it. Very proud of everybody who's been involved in it. I think it looks great. It was really awesome. So I don't know. I guess I would just say keep it up. It looks great. Good job. I keep forgetting that I was in G4. I do this thing with numbers where it starts to not make sense when new ones are implemented. So when you said G5, I was like, is that the one I'm in? And I was like, no, it wouldn't be. Otherwise, they wouldn't have asked that question like that. So anyway, um, let's see.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. My just said to me. That's really rude. The frick. Also a little bit scary. As soon as the sun goes down and she starts talking to me, I get a little freaked out because I didn't say your name, lady. Anyway, do. Oh, I want to say, Destiny Wolf official says, I loved smart cookies. Also, I want to become an actress. Any suggestions or advice? Yes, I would take classes. The best way to continue to, especially when you're young, is to learn from other people who are already doing it. So that can be a combination of watching clips online and trying to mimic that in your own, way, not like mimicking and copying. But I would also recommend, taking classes, just to like sharpen things, and then normally classes are also a good way to how to say, find the connections you need to move forward in that area. Because normally there's like a showcase or something at the end of a class, or the teacher is well connected, and you know if you're solid, then they'll approach you or they'll talk to you. You can talk to them too, but about what the next step kind of like looks like, because it's really hard for people who have already been trained, as trained as you can be, to still find representation. Like, that is probably the hardest part, is like the breaking in process. Like, there you could be like, oh yeah, this person has all the talent in the world, but if you're not being noticed, then who the frick cares? Am I right? Someone said something cool earlier. They said, dang, where did it go? Someone said something, I don't know where it went. Someone said something about ADHD and they asked if I have it, which is actually really funny. I've not been diagnosed. I just want to say that right off the bat. Because I know a lot of people that follow me do. And I actually am very curious about getting tested because I keep reading a lot of things and I've been doing a lot of research recently on, when you're in that stage of your life where you're like, what's wrong with me? And then so you search up all the things that you like have trouble with. And then people tell you, like, just from an online standpoint, you are this, you have this thing. It seems like your brain might blah, blah, blah. This is a key indicator of whatever. What's come up a lot for me is ADHD. And I don't really know how to feel about that, but yeah, it's something that I'd really like to actually find out if I do have, because I feel like it would be pretty helpful. But right now, I'm just good with following ADHD meme pages and also listening to some podcasts that I know help me, whether I have it or not. It's about focus, and that's something that I've always kind of struggled with. So, which is kind of cool because my whole word for this year of like, kind of like summing up what I want to do, there's two words that kind of came to me. One of them was routine, and one of them was focus. Which, if you think about it, routine focus is also like a common phrase. So maybe that's my joint dash word. But yeah, I don't know. It's been an interesting little journey for me, and I don't know what I am, and I don't know if I really care what I am. The point is, as long as no one's getting upset at the fact that I'm following a podcast where a guy tells everybody, some advice on people with ADHD and how to deal with it, if it helps me, whether I have it or not, I don't care. I'm still listening to the freaking podcast, bro. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people are talking about how they've been diagnosed when they were a kid. The reason why I think that I wasn't diagnosed or like taken to be diagnosed is because it was more of an inner battle than it was like I was a loud kid, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't distracting enough that like I had ruined other kids in my classes schedules, trying to focus, trying to pay attention. I got in trouble a good amount for distracting other people, but that's all it was. It was just getting in trouble instead of, which I don't think is wrong, by the way. I think that I should have gotten in trouble. I side with all of my teachers in those examples. But the reason why I just think that I wasn't like taken to figure out anything as a kid is because it didn't prove like that it was enough of a problem to get there, if that makes sense. But yeah. Let's see. Someone said before that I wanted to, what was it? Somebody. Oh, Nora. Hi, Nora Mermaid. She said, "How's the book reading going?" It's been going really well. I'm only a month in. I would like to read a book a month. I think that would be really great. But realistically, I'm going to cut myself some slack and try and go for 10 through the whole year. I have a bunch of books on this shelf here. And the one that I just finished, I'll get it. This is like my red pile. So I haven't been doing like super well. And this is my like to read pile. So I have Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt's book that I really want to read. So there's one. Bryan Cranston's book I also want to read. Jim Quick, Limitless, I also want to read. Anna Kendrick's Scrappy Little Nobody. BJ Novak's book. Rainn Wilson's book. And then an old book that I used to read called The Disney's Kingdom Keepers. It's a fantasy story. If you couldn't tell, those books are all about people. They're all memoirs and autobiographies. And I'm not sure what the specific term is. Nobody's dead. I feel like there's a different term for like, dead people's books. But anyway, they wrote them all themselves. And I love it. I think it's a memoir is the correct term. But as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 books that I have purchased that I want to read, and I haven't read them yet. 7. Will I read the Kingdom Keepers book? I don't know. Maybe I'll save it for like Christmas time. But that's the only fantasy book that I have because it's the only thing that I've been. I'm sure I would be interested in other ones. It's just like I'm not drawn to that genre as much. I've always been drawn to people, and so that's what I'm, currently dealing with. But the book that I finished reading we'll say for the month of January is Matthew Perry's book. Wait a second, 7, 8, 9, Matthew McConaughey. That's the one I'm going to start next. Okay, 9 books. And maybe if I buy another one, it'll be 10. But maybe I should read To Kill a Mockingbird again, or 1984. Or maybe I should finally read M.A. Larson's book. That's also on there. Actually, I could do that. Anyway, the point is, I want to be reading more. It's a little hard because I don't like sitting down a whole lot, but I've been developing a schedule, and it's helped me a lot. Anyway, I'm in love with this book, and the reason why I haven't started to read another book yet is because, long-winded answer, I have had a screenplay idea that I've had in my head for like 3 years, and it was really good. And then like 2 years ago, I started writing it, and I'm looking at it right now. I have like a layout up here of all my little cue cards and what's happening in the movie. So I figured out everything, and then I started writing it, and I got halfway through, and then I realized, oh crap, this part is not sad enough. And then I got demotivated, and then I stopped writing. And many, many years later, now, I picked it up again, and I read through, and I was like, yep, this is too good to get rid of and not finish. So, because I read his book, I started getting a really good idea for another screenplay, and this is my problem, folks. Technically, I finished Tina Fey's book this year also. When I really wanted to start this one and like start my reading journey, I was like, you know what? I'm going to kill myself. Not actually. But I would be really upset with myself if I didn't finish the other book that I had started. It just annoys me. So I finished it off, and I was like, great. So technically, I still can't reach 10 books this year. Anyway, then I read this book, and just like the reading process, I was like, well, I can't write my new screenplay idea if I don't finish my other one. So I've been finishing my other one, and I'm really close to being done now. And that's kind of, like I said earlier, that's like how I've been doing recently, is just like working on a screenplay. But anyway, that's all I was going to say. Okay, that was a really long-winded answer, but I really recommend reading this book. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you be very grateful for your life. Whether you struggle with addiction or you don't, if you struggle with it, this is probably very relatable to you. If you don't, you will be very grateful that you don't have an addiction, which was my case scenario. But you just feel for him the whole time, and it's like, you don't have to watch Friends if everybody knows this is Chandler Bing, but you don't have to watch Friends to enjoy this book. It's really, really freaking good. I can't recommend it enough. My favorite book series, though, someone else asked, Justin Riley, is the Kingdom Keepers book. So it's by Ridley Pearson. Or as a kid, I used to pronounce things wrong all the time. I said Ridley Pearson. I don't think anyone would name their son that, but it's okay. Anyway, all right, let's see. Let's stop talking and answer some more things. Where would you like to go for your next concert or convention? Wherever I'm invited, my friend. I know that that's probably a really boring answer for you, but that's kind of all I can ever do, is just show up to where I'm invited. And I haven't been invited anywhere as of this year, so all right. Let's see. I love autobiography audiobooks. read by the author. Like Martin Short's book, I must say, you get to hear the inflections that don't always come through when you're just reading the book. So that's really fun. People actually recommended that I read Matthew Perry's book with the audio. And I actually was thinking about it, but the thing is, what I like about reading it so much is, especially for Matthew Perry's book, I feel like our way of describing things is really, really similar. And it was kind of weird because, like, when I started reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly how to pronounce the words in the book. That makes sense. And like how he would want them to be read. And I just, yeah, I have a very like weird, almost kinship feeling with him. So I do like the idea of like reading, like having an audiobook read to you. And I might honestly read Martin Short's book. That's a good next one. I didn't know that he had a book out. I'm gonna have to put that on my list of things to buy. Someone said, I'm currently writing a fantasy musical screenplay set in World War II era Toronto. I'm 30 pages in. Dude, that's a tough part to be at. 30 pages. It's when you lose the first spark of writing something. You get 30 pages in, you're like, do I really have to continue this? But, or maybe that's just me. I don't know. Someone said, have you ever been to Alaska? I have not. I have not. But I would really, really love to go. I actually was talking about that with Gabe because he grew up there for many, many years. And I was like, dude, we should freaking rent a motorhome and go in the summer and attack some moose. That last part might not be true. What do you like about vlogging? Oh, everything. I like having videos of things I've done in my life so that when I forget them, I can go back and watch them. That's my real answer. But I don't know, it's easy too. It just seems very easy and cool. Let's see. I usually read train books sometimes. That's pretty cool. I like trains. I like trains a lot. I used to be scared of trains, but it was mostly the sound. I had a lot of dreams as a kid where, like, before I died in the dream or something, or got, hurt, injured, attacked, whatever, I would hear the sound of a train just like approaching. And then when it would go by, it would just like really freak me out that it got that loud. And also because I would die in the dreams. But anyway, let's see. Oh, have you ever been to Cedar Point? Hold on. This sounds familiar, and I feel very stupid that I don't know where that is off the top of my head. But if it's the place I'm thinking of, oh, it's in Ohio. Okay, so wait a second. I've never been to Ohio, so my answer is no. But I'm realizing now what I know it from is because Gabriel and Nate got, I think it was for their birthday or something. Gabriel, you can correct me if you're wrong, but yeah, it sounds familiar because I said we should go, he says, but that's what I was going to say. They've been as a kid because it's their, like, favorite amusement park. It's, like, really, really, high energy rides, which I love. That's interesting. Anyway, I was gonna log on to my Instagram because I got some really good messages on there, and so I wanted to answer some of those too, and just get the peeps who couldn't join us kind of out of the way. Shoobity ba, shoobity bee, shoobity ba ba, boobity bee. That's inappropriate. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see what people say. Let's read a couple more though. Great, now I have to go visit Cedar Point. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Nora says, "Oh, and hi, Black Griffin. Stop distracting me." Nora, that's your problem. You are obsessed with my husband, okay? And so am I. But if it's a distraction, it's because of you, not the other way around. Anyway. Ooh, drama. Just kidding. Okay, so I found some good, like, weird random questions on here. Somebody asked, or well, my friend Julia actually said, favorite Matilda song. I would have to say, I don't know. They're all really good, and I haven't seen the new movie yet. Like, I'm honestly kind of surprised that I haven't because I've been wanting to see it since it came out, and it's one of those movies that I like watched until they finally released a live version, and I was like, oh my gosh! So anyway, but my favorite Matilda song, I don't know. It might be. I'm in my head. I'm like, I really love the Telly song. All I know I learnt from Telly. The bigger the telly, the smarter the man. You can tell from my big telly just what a clever fella I am. That's the dad song. Because the audience involvement is just really cool when you see it live, and it's funny and it's cool and it's weird. And it's also so stupid, but I love songs like that. The second one is Loud, which is the mom's song. And I honestly, that would be like one of my audition songs. I'm auditioning for something on Monday, and I'm going to use it as a song, audition song. So wish me luck. But the hard thing is, I've memorized it in this like thick British accent. I think her mom's kind of like Cockney, and I don't know if I'll be able to like do it just regularly because in my head it's like it has to be the accent. But yeah, she's like dancing in it. She's like a Spanish kind of dancer, and the song is she's telling Matilda to like basically grow a pair. She's like, I don't know how, this is really bad if this is if this is my audition song and I don't even remember it. No way! Sorry. Those songs got cut from the film? Sorry. I just need, can we have a moment of silence? Wait, why? Oh my gosh. I'm so mad. But I think I would be more mad if I was watching it and those songs just never appeared. Because normally I hate spoilers, but I think that's an okay spoiler that I'm allowed to process. This is very sad. Okay. Anyway, I guess if I had to pick a song that made it into the film, it would be, I don't know. I don't know. Those are the two that I would have decided between. Let's just say Bruce, okay? Little chubby kid eating cake. What's there not to like? Anyway, someone else said, just changing topics completely here. How much did your career change moving from Canada to the USA? Um, I I don't know. There were good things and there were bad things. One is when you move to America, a lot of Canadian people that work with you are like, well, you don't live here anymore, so you don't work for us anymore. Or not work for us, but like you're not here, so bye. And I'm like, but I have a completely functioning home studio and people aren't going in anyway now. And so you basically have to convince people that you're still alive and willing to work. And yeah, you have to do that. But in terms of good things, there's a lot more opportunity in the US. That kind of goes for everything. I mean, I'm an immigrant and I love Canada. It'll always be my home, my true home, my true North strong and free home. But the thing about America is there's so much opportunity. And that's why people want to live here and move here. And that's why a lot of Canadians want to move here, whether they, will admit that or not. America is the hub. It's the country for everything, and especially in my industry, why would I move to Russia or China even if I knew the languages? Why would I move there and do I mean, everything that has been televised, everything that has streamed, one, there are no streaming restrictions for content that you can have in your movie. You can pretty much have anything you want in America, and that is not true in other countries. So, it's just like it's where things boom and bloom. So it also, not career wise, it's I don't know. I think my life improved. I was kind of like grew up in the same place for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I've always kind of wanted new experience, and I went through my life kind of thinking, oh, I'm not really allowed to do this thing, or it's not advised that I do this thing because of my career or because of whatever, like where I live. I live in Arizona. But for now, I really like living in Arizona. I won't live here always. I think I'd like a home base here, but I, LA, New York, Atlanta now, these are all places that are like booming. And yes, Vancouver is booming too in its own way, but I'm sick and tired of playing the game of auditioning for things, and like in film and TV especially, auditioning for things and having it taken away from you from some dude down in LA. Because that's happened multiple times. And I'm kind of sick of it. So I moved down here originally because I was like, all right, you want to play the game? I'll play the game. I have Canadian citizenship. I have a visa, a green card for the US. I'm going to go and I'm going to be one of those California people. And then no one can get mad because I did exactly what you guys are trying to hide to get your tax breaks. So, game on. That's what I say. Game on. But also pausing in the aggressive nature of that. I want to live some of my life first and make some decisions that I felt like, were not advised decisions. And I'm a young person still, and I want to make those for myself. I want to, I want to continue with my life the way that it's going. I want to have some, experiences and be in a good place before the industry tries to, tear me down again. So that's just me personally, which is a lesson to everybody. If you're thinking about being in the industry, like, better get used to rejection. I am used to rejection, by the way. I'm not sitting here going like, oh my gosh, I need to recover before I go back in. It's just like, I just want to be ready in my life, know who I am, know where I stand, be confident in who I am so that I don't get changed in that process, if that makes sense. I feel like I was a lot more probably just desperate mentally to achieve and be successful, and I've just kind of noticed that like that's when you get into trouble. That's when all of the famous people who ever existed say, I didn't know who I was, and so I was easily manipulated, easily convinced that this thing would be good for me. Easily, like, that's how people develop addictions. That's how people, meet people who are not good for them. As we call them now in today's age, toxic people. Those are people you can be working with. Those are people you could be in a relationship with, a friendship, romantic, whatever. And I'm really glad that I am where I'm at right now, which is kind of why I wanted to do this Q&A. I knew I would eventually, some question would lead me here, but that's my like long-winded, everything's a long-winded answer here. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just stop talking because I could just keep talking forever. But oh, someone said that a lot of my mates were in Matilda. thanks to my theater school. Dude, that's freaking awesome. I think that's so cute. Let's see. Someone said, just like Phoenix will always be my home no matter where I live, even though I still live in AZ. Yeah, Arizona is a really nice state. I really like it. I feel like I need the sun. The only thing I miss about Arizona is the access to ocean. Because obviously we live in the desert, but you know, you can still travel and go see the ocean when you travel. So it's really not the end of the world. And I love the house. I love Gabriel's house. It's so freaking nice and beautiful. And it's in a wonderful neighborhood. And I just love it. I just do. And we have a really nice pantry. I don't know why that just matters to me so much. It just does. Speaking of Phoenix, by the way, Gabriel and Nathaniel have a little performance coming up on February 10th, I think. If anyone lives in Phoenix and wants to go see it, we're going to try and, I don't know if he's promoting that. Sorry, Gabe. Never mind. If he doesn't want to promote it, then it's like a corporate event, but you can also get tickets to it. And they'll be doing, you know, impressions, songs. It'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, if you guys live in Phoenix, you should search up something. You should search up, what is it called? I don't know. Gabe, help me out. Oh, he said, it's okay. Yeah, people can come see it if they want. Yeah, but it's actually like pretty soon, so. Someone said, I noticed, oh, it went away. I noticed there doesn't seem to be a lot of well-known Canadian media before the 60s. The only one I can think of is Anne of Green Gables. That's actually really interesting. So, Schitt's Creek might be more popular views-wise than Anne of Green Gables. The problem is, I don't want to like burn my bridges here, but Canadian entertainment is just not always that great. They're not at the top of their craft. You go to places like LA, and everyone is constantly improving fast. And Canada is like the little brother who's like, I love acting, and they want to be an actor, but they don't ever like actually work on it. They just kind of show up. I know I'm really racking on my home country here, but there's a reason, again, why I'm living in America. It's just, Anne of Green Gables is a fine show. I've seen a couple things of it. I also auditioned for it a long time ago. And I remember I was like, I don't want to do this. I didn't want to do the audition because they sent like 12 pages the night before. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So it didn't go too well. But I don't know. I also was like a little bit too old at the time for the role. But what was I gonna say? It was about, oh yeah, so Schitt's Creek is another Canadian, you know, run show. That's probably one of the best ones I've seen. And sometimes there's good shows, but it's like, how good is your show if it's also not popular? You know, there is an important factor to popularity, and I think people they're like, oh, that doesn't matter, and it's like, well, no, it does, because if it's really good, it should grab the attention of lots of people. Now, that being said, there are shows that are really, really popular that I think are trash, but that's my personal opinion, and I know that it's my personal opinion. I also know that the reason why everybody likes it, depending on what the show is because of blah, blah, blah. You know, you've got a star cast, or you've got, it applies to everyone. That's like a huge thing. And so there are a lot of shows that like aren't really breaking new ground or like incredible, but they're just kind of, you know, there. Anyway, Schitt's Creek is great. Here's a show that not everybody knows because I don't think it's been streaming in America, although it might be on Netflix now. There is a great show, Canadian show, just so that nobody thinks that I'm racking on Canada too hard, called Mr. D. Mr. Dot letter D. And it stars Jerry D, who is a teacher of a middle school, high school, really small school, private school. And he's a teacher and he's really funny and he doesn't really get along with kids. And it's great. It's funny. It's good. The general thing I see about a lot of Canadian shows is the production is, it's little brother production. It's not quite there. And that always shows with like the lighting and like the audio is fine. You can always buy audio, whatever. Or not buy audio, but buy the equipment to like, do things properly. But the lighting is like, the skill level is just like not quite there. And yeah, the budgets are typically smaller too, but unless it's like, the thing is, we have the capability of doing it because companies and production places, like groups, come to Canada all the time and film these gorgeous things. And I'm like, where's that? Why does that have to be for 2 seconds in another movie so we know we're in Canada in the setting? Why can't we actually just have that? Anyway, it's frustrating. But, Gabe's just sending tongue emojis. All right, keep it in your pants, man. But guys, I can see that. Okay, he's my husband. And there are a couple questions asked how we met. Technically, we'll give Michelle Creever the credit. Okay, she introduced us. We met a while ago, but we weren't really friends. If anything, we were probably enemies when we first met. And I mean that in the nicest way. I was a very aggressive, competitive child. And I was I don't know, I can be pretty rude, but I still am a child. I think everybody's a child in their own way. But anyway, let's try and find some more questions. Someone said, favorite food. I can't answer that. Next. My friend Peyton said, your mom. Thank you so much. Your mom. Someone said, how does it feel now that you and Gabriel Brown are married? Well, I'm a Brown now, so I feel pretty good. I'm keeping Corlett as my stage name because I think that that's cool. But I want to be, I want to take my husband's name because I'm a traditional bro, okay? Anyway, what is something good that has happened to you recently? That's a cute question. We're not going to be on here for very much longer, but I went to the post office the other day with like no information. Like I had a picture of a slip of something that I could pick up, but it wasn't under my name. And because I haven't changed my last name yet, I had like no proof whatsoever that I could pick up this package that was for Gabe. And not only did I not have to pay for postage, did the addresses not line up, and like all the things that were terrible that I, for some reason in my head, I was like, I'm just going to try. Because I freaking did that and was like, I'm just going to try. I had everything handed to me. And it was a wonderful experience. And I didn't have to pay for postage. It was really cool. And no, you don't get to know what the package is. Anyway. Okay, guys, someone has to explain this to me because I have no idea what this means. Somebody said what your big three in astrology is and what Gabe's big three is. I think what they mean to say is what is our big three? Does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? I'm confused. Somebody said your favorite actress. Me. Just kidding. I don't know. That's actually a really hard question. It really depends what for. I always go through like these obsessive periods where I'm like, ooh, I really want to see everything that this person is in because I get really excited about it. Oh, sorry. Apparently Gabe wasn't sending tongue emojis for fun. He was sending a response and it just replaced it with an emoji. Oh, he's talking about booking. Yeah. There's like a whole process that goes along. Thanks, Gabe. Astrology refers to the position of the planets during the time of your birth. Yeah, but what is big three? What are the three things? There's not just 3 planets, so your rising, your moon, and sun. Okay, see that I don't know the answers to that. My rising is pretty short because I'm 5'4". The moon could be better, and the sun hot. There you go. That's my big 3. Who's the best? Oh, I didn't answer the actress question. I don't know. I really love Aubrey Plaza. Okay, I think she's great. I've recently really liked. No, I don't know. That's too hard. I'm skipping it. Well, who's the best character to play as on Mario Kart? The little boy, Animal Crossing villager. Out of the entire Brown family, who is better at Wii bowling? Gabe, you're gonna have to answer that because I don't think that I could actually answer that, even if I wanted to. I do love Kristen Wiig. I just wish she was in more things, and it's hard for me to say. She is one of my favorite actresses, but it depends on the season, you know? It depends. Like, she's super hilarious, and I have looked up to her for a long, long time. I've also really, really liked Sandra Bullock for, like, a really, 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 really long time. There was someone recently I was watching a movie with, and I was like, dang. Forget who it was. Anyway. I don't know who's the best at Wii bowling, but it's probably not me. Anyway. How have you been handling the cold? With hoodies and jackets. And chapstick. And I'm trying to drink more water, because the colder it is here, the drier it is, and it eats you alive. This is the same person doing a lot of questions, but who's crazier out of you and Gabe? I feel like, again, it depends on what we're doing, but overall, I'm gonna have to say Gabe, even though the competitive part of me doesn't want to say that. I think that he is crazier than me, just a skosh. Ever pooped your pants before in public? I pooped in a pool once. And there was another guy in the pool. So I guess that's public enough. I also thought I pooped my pants on an airplane, which is kind of in public. Or rather above public, but there's still people on the plane. But they didn't know. But I don't know. I didn't actually poop my pants. It was the start of me becoming a woman. It's a long story, but I didn't poop my pants. But I did poop in the pool. What inspires you to keep growing in your craft? Not thinking about the time. I get panicky and weird when I start thinking about why things aren't moving as fast as I want them to. That's when I get demotivated. I keep saying demotivated like it's... Anyway. But so honestly, to keep the inspiration going, I think in general, what actually inspires me is people. I've always been inspired by people. I always get new ideas from people, from talking to them, from reading about them, from watching videos. And this could be anybody. It doesn't have to be like an actor, although typically it is. It could be, I've been inspired by, Gabriel before. I've been inspired by myself. I've been inspired by a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. And so like my friends, something that somebody says where I'm like, that should be the premise to a blah, 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 blah. And I'll write down my idea before I forget. And yeah, the biggest obstacle I would say for my creative life is timing. If I just don't think about it, I'm good. Somebody said, have you farted around your husband yet? Dude, I farted around him before he was ever my husband because I don't care. In fact, if I've met somebody more than 3 times, I've probably farted and burped in front of them. I'm just not, there's not a whole lot of hiding going on with me. Let's see. How's life going? Well, I think we answered that. And there's a lot. There's a good amount here, which is nice. I think I'm gonna look at Twitter before we like end things for sure. But let's see if there's anything else on here. Somebody said Gabe literally goes flying, so I think he's crazier. Well, that's not enough for your argument here. You can't just say one thing and be like, that's what makes him crazier. Because guess what? I've been flying too. And I also want to learn how to fly. And I'm going to be taught soon. So does that make me crazy? Looks like you're at a tie. Better come up with something else. Anyway, but I'm not competitive. Let's see. Oh, it's a really sweet comment about how thank you, Claire and Gabe, for your work. A few years ago, your Crusader song came on my Spotify radio, and it was my introduction to MLP, which pretty much saved my life. That's incredible. I wrote that song when I was 3, I think, and Crusader just was really like, it was just one of those things that all the lyrics came to me at once. And I don't know. I just like was really inspired to crusade from such a young age because I'm crazy, even though I don't pick up rattlesnakes or go skydiving, but I do want to go skydiving. Anyway, I'm still on this. Gabriel, when you come home, we're having a fight. As soon as you come home. Obviously, I'm kidding. I didn't write Crusader, okay? If nobody understands sarcasm, why are you even on this live stream? Sarcasm is my middle name, homie. Anyway, I'm trying to find like some more questions here. Oh yeah, I wanna poop, baby. Somebody said, "What's your favorite ice cream flavor?" I think it's vanilla with like little chocolate chunks in it. But I also love myself some cookie dough. It's just every time I have ice cream, 1 scoop is not enough. And then I'm like, oh, I really want ice cream. So I'll have like 4 scoops, and then I'm like, oh, that's too much. I know. First world problems. What's your favorite video of Gabe's? Probably all the ones that I'm in. Just kidding. No, I actually really like the song association games. Mostly because I was like, this is kind of... I was looking on YouTube, and it was in that stage when we were like trying to move Gabe's like YouTube channel to some more casual videos. And I was like, Gabe, so many people do these song association game challenges, and I'm sick and tired of watching people fail. So I'm gonna make you fail instead. But no, they're actually really fun. They were really fun to make. They were really fun to plan, and they were really fun to edit. And then they were really fun to watch. And then they were really fun to read the comments. I don't know. I just like really enjoyed it. But my favorite, like all-time favorite video, I don't know. I can't think of one. I think ew, what the H is that? It's disgusting. I really can't think of one. I know, like, there are some videos that I love, like, going back and rewatching, but I don't have a favorite one of, like, the 10. I I think I think that I really like the Navy YouTube videos we did. So, like, obviously the fighter jet video, if you guys have ever seen that. Yeah, I don't know. I just like there's a lot of really good ones. I think the general experience, so maybe I'm like cheating by just saying that I like the video, but I like the videos, the little series we made when we did the Navy vlogs. If you guys haven't seen those, you should. One, they really like there's a really nice behind the scenes aspect that you just don't get and you don't normally get the opportunity to film. Um for like how someone ends up in a fighter jet. You know, no one ever did that. And so when we were like, when he got this opportunity to like be in a fighter jet, we were like coming up with these ideas with his old unit leader. And we were like, we should like film everything else. Mostly Gabe came up with the idea because he knows, you know, what it's like to be in the Navy, but he was like, what if we like film the whole process? And I was like, dude, I'm down. And then we filmed the whole process and it was awesome. And it was really fun. Like, it just was really fun. It's also when I went on a jet ski for the first time. I mean, that never made it into the video, but, like, it was really cool. Somebody said, have y'all seen Michelle recently? Lemon Lime. Yes, we have, because she was at our wedding. And she was in a nice, beautiful yellow suit about this color, which I don't know if you can tell is my favorite color. And yeah, she was at our wedding and she was at my bachelorette party and we partied it up the whole time. And I have not edited our wedding video yet, which is unfortunate. I would like to finish it by this year, so that's my long-term goal. I just haven't had enough space to download all the videos yet, and I just bought actually just came literally like 2 days ago, a drive to put all that stuff on. And I need to get my videographer to resend me the stuff because it expired. And I'm like, okay, I need to get it. But anyway, that's the last time. Wait, is that the last time we saw Michelle? Yes. I was thinking it was Halloween, but Halloween was before because we got married in November. So yeah, the last time we saw her was at the wedding and we were all jiggying it up with each other. She was one of my bridesmaids, by the way, in case you didn't know. But yeah, you guys should bug her to send pictures of herself at the wedding because she looked great. And I don't know why she didn't post any pictures of her in the gorgeous yellow suit. So you can go bug her about that and say that I forced you to tell her. Anyway, somebody said, Gabe, with you and Gabe both having gone to Taiwan in the past, any plans to go back anytime soon? Soon? Probably not. But we I actually had a conversation about this earlier. When I went to Taiwan, I was 15 and I still know Mandarin pretty well and I could like survive there. And Gabe and I have been talking, like, we want to do this, like, maybe for, like, a 50th anniversary trip or something, or maybe 10 years even. We want to, like, make a trip out of it. One, I haven't been to the Disney parks in Asia, so, like, that would be a part of the trip. What we wanted to do was go to Taiwan, and I kind of, like, you know, because Gabe's been in some places that I've never been into, and I don't think we would be able to, like, get into them again because it's, like, military stuff. But we could go to places in Taiwan and then, you know, I could kind of like tour us around because I speak the language enough. And then we would also go to Japan and go to all the places that he used to, you know, visit and eat at and live in, like neighborhood wise and everything. So we want to kind of like take those two things because Gabe knows Japanese and I know Mandarin and just kind of like bring each other along and kind of have two halves of the trip where it's like, oh, it's Gabe's time to, you know, speak for us, and then it's my time to speak for us. And then we really want to go to the Disney parks, mostly me, because I haven't been as well. I have to do that before I die. I mean, it would just be upsetting, but yeah. And those are pretty much all of the like questions that I didn't already kind of answer. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here because it's 2:15, which is the perfect time. I feel like anything over an hour and like 20 minutes is a little too much. No one's really gonna watch it. So, but thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that I was able to let you know, a little piece of my life again and how things have been going. Um, but yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram and you use Instagram, my Instagram username is Claire Margaret Corlett, and my Twitter is Claire M Corlett. So you can go follow me on those two websites also, besides YouTube. Those are what I think I use. Well, I do use Instagram more than Twitter, because I like it more. But yeah, if you guys, maybe I'll answer one last question before I go, and end it off on a good note. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so like weirdly stretchy. I hope you guys enjoyed your time here, though. I hope you had a good lunch hour. See, I never got to eating this, but I'm gonna eat it after the stream now because I'm hungry again. And then I have to clean up some things, and I have to, I don't know, clean up a part of this room as well that you can't see. That's messy. But yeah, I try to keep Saturdays open as my free days on my schedule. My free days. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I'm having some friends over for dinner. I know nobody asked these questions, but it's just swirling in my mind, so I have to get them out so I have space to answer this question. But yeah, I hope everybody was enjoying their time here, and I need like a good ending question, broad question, something that is cool. Let's see. I'm scrolling back up to look at some old ones too, because somebody said, do you like your old, or do you have any memories of your old, oh, it went away now, your old, Minecraft days, which I think is funny because people just assume I don't play Minecraft anymore because I don't post weird Let's Play videos. It's because I'm not full of myself anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still am a little bit. I'm an actor, but I don't post videos of me playing Minecraft anymore. I just create, But it's such a good game. It's such a good game. And I've also been playing Animal Crossing, but it's neither here nor there. And I've been trading my turnips on the stock market. Everything about that game is so freaking cute. Anyway. Somebody said, have you had a prom? For some reason in Canada, prom was not a thing. We didn't have a prom. One of the many reasons I also moved to America. A little too late, though, because I didn't have a prom in America either. All right, here's a nice broad question. Here's to end off the live stream. Last question. Someone said, what is love? Now, the joke part of me wants to go, baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you a real answer because I found out exactly what it is. And everybody else who has an answer is wrong. Here's what it is. Here's what love is, okay? Love is something that develops. Now we could go really scientific here, but I'm not claiming to be a scientist, so we're not going to do that in case someone takes my answer a little too seriously and like is trying to come for me. So, this is the last question. Love is a development. Now, there's many different types of love, okay? There's a love you have for your brother or your sister. There's a love that you have as a, like, for your family members, people that you grew up around. Love is, if you're a parent and you have a child, you have immediate love for the thing that has grown inside of you or inside your partner. And that is an irreplaceable joy, I think. And unless you're really, 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 like, mentally unhealthy, not saying that there won't be struggles. I'm just saying it is natural human nature to love the thing that has come out of you, or again, your partner. So fatherly love, motherly love, right? There are all names for these too, by the way. You can go search them up. But these are real. I just don't remember what they are. And it's like Greek or not mythology. It's like there's like Greek words for all of them. I can't remember. But Eros, Helios. Yeah, but Gabe. Listen, Gabe, I appreciate the help of the terminology, but it means nothing to me because I don't know which one's which. Anyway, then there's like romantic love, right? And like the brother and sister love is kind of like, you also have like best friend love, right? Where you feel like somebody understands you. All these terms that we create, kinship, soulmate. Like, we come up with these terms because we don't know how to explain the ultimate feeling, in my opinion, of what it is, which is love. Love should be something that is unconditional. It doesn't take, it might take effort to love. That doesn't mean it takes effort to love someone. Like, you have to try and love someone. It should happen naturally. And again, like, don't take everything I'm saying totally out of context here. Obviously, if you have, I am very, very lucky to have a partner in my life who's now my husband. When I say partner, I mean life partner. He is somebody that when we were dating, that I was like, actually thinking about, okay, I want to marry this guy. My personal advice to people, I've been given a lot of advice in my life. I've taken it, some of it, and I haven't taken some of it. Oh no. It's like everybody's life ever. But my advice, truly, especially for young people out there, people would say that I got married very young, but it's about making the right decision. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't. As long as it's like legal, But you, as frustrating as it is, you should know when you've met the one. If you constantly struggle with knowing if you've met the one, we're talking about a romantic sense here, not the chosen one. But if you meet someone and you think, wow, we have a really big, great connection, and they don't feel the same way, you can't sell yourself short. If somebody doesn't appreciate you for who you are, not saying that you won't, argue or fight. That's a very natural part about caring about somebody. The reason why a lot of, fights between married couples especially happen is because, one, miscommunication. Two, you are passionately trying to let the other person see how they're hurting themselves. And sometimes people, myself included, are not susceptible to that. And I'm going on a really big tangent here because this could be answered in like a 2-hour, talk or speech. But love is complicated. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is. It is all of the things. To know if you're in love, though, no, that's too big of a topic. Well, love is too big of a topic. But to like kind of wrap it all up and end it all off, it's just true love, loving somebody, now in the broad sense of the term, is appreciating them, truly for who they are. Not trying to change them, not trying to, be the savior person. That's why a lot of people get into relationships, which I think are funny. It's like, what's the point of liking somebody if you don't actually like them? If you're just constantly thinking about, and it might be an internal struggle that they deal with. Maybe they're very critical against themselves, and so they try and like change other things around them. It's fine. It's not an evil trait. People go through a lot of stuff, and I think the best thing you can do for yourself, if you're trying to be honest and open in a relationship with someone that you are maybe getting close to saying I love you, or you feel that already, or you have, but you just want to like constantly, you want to improve. Constant improvement is a great thing, and wanting to change, like as an individual, wanting to change your behaviors and your not the things that you believe in, not your morals, not any of that, but the part of you that is like, you know what? Here's a trait that I have that a couple people in my life have, touched on, but when you really love somebody, that opinion matters like more than anybody else. And so when they say, "Hey, look at this thing over here that you've been ignoring for a while," I'm worried. I'm worried that this thing is not helping you as much as you think it is. Like, could be, I'm thinking of something random, but like, it could be your desire to be critical. And it's like, okay, critical is great. Yeah, you do great in your job because you're critical. You've picked out good friends because you're critical. But what about the things that are attached to that? Like being mean, being skeptical. Like being mean is not a great trait. So if you can be critical and not be mean, that's different. Sometimes you bleed into that area. Like having somebody who loves you and explains something like that to you, or whatever it is that you might struggle with, like literally it could be anything. It could be self-doubt, it could be the act of like being outgoing or being shy, like any of these things. If somebody really loves you, I think things will just start to make sense. And I know that that's such a non-answer, but it's like waking up every day and wanting to do better for the person. And I don't know. I've thought very differently about relationships in my life, and now that I'm a married woman, um, I really am embracing being a married woman. I love the crap out of my husband. He's an amazing, awesome person. And, people are going to throw things. They already tried, they already have, at me, at him, at us, not wanting us to be together for whatever reason. I just have to remember that everybody's going through their own stuff. And, I've been through some stuff. I'm sure everybody has in the past couple of years, like with COVID and everything. Mine happened to align with that time. You go through some like life lessons, and I honestly believe that there's a reason why we go through things like that, and they're to make us stronger, better people. But not to get like super philosophical here and spiritual even, but to be able to get through stuff like that, you have to think of the bigger picture, and you have to examine your life. So I don't know if I don't know if somebody really needed to hear that, or if they were like, what the frick? I just wanted to know what love is, and I was being funny because of the song. But that's the answer you got. So anyway, all of that to say, I love all of you guys. I may not know you personally, but the fact that even 5 people came to spend their lunch, or their break or their free day with me today, it means a lot. It's very sweet. And I was hoping that I could give something back to you guys because, yeah, you guys are awesome and very sweet. And, yeah, I don't know if I'll do a live anytime soon, but if you guys want to follow me here on YouTube, you can. You can subscribe and turn on push notifications if that even does anything anymore. And go check out some of my last videos if you haven't. I did a Christmas video. I don't know if anyone's still in the Christmas spirit, since it's almost February, but you can go ahead and watch that. I got a lot of cameos from my friends and family and Gabe. So, oh, and the dogs that are not ours. They're Gabriel's dad's dogs, but they're really annoying. Anyway, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was fun. I hope it was weird. And I hope it was everything you hoped for and more. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm going to end the stream. Read this book if you can.